A tēnā koutou katoa, hui mai nei I ruti te āhuatanga o tēnei wā, me karakia tātou. A tērā ia te mātauranga te pākaru mai nei hururu tau, he ruru matua, he ruru tawhito ki nei pūkinga ki nei wānanga. Kia e ake ai te tohinga anuku, te tohinga arangi ki te wai o tua, ki te wai whakaika ko te wai te tauira. He wai tapu, he wai nui, he wai ora oi. Ka pipi, ka wawai, ka poru tū te makapu taurarangi e, he ariki he tupua, ka puta ki te whiiao, puta ki te amarama, whanno, tau mai te mauri, haumi e, hui e, tai ki e. He ha te hau e wawara, he tiu he raki, nāna ia mai te pupu tarakihi ki o tau. E tiki nā atu e au te kōtū ko I te pauwhakairoka tū ki te wai te mata, I oku wairangi e, ati hea wai mauri ora. I aku nui, I aku rahi, koutou katoa no ngā pito o te ao, nau mai, hara mai, whakatau mai. Nau mai kia mātou, Waipapa Taumatarau, the University of Auckland, nau mai. Hara mai I rungi te karanga o tēnei kaupapa nunui wainganui a tātou, ki te hono tahi, kia koutou katoa, mai ngā kāinga, mai ngā wāhi o te ao, hara mai. Whakatau hoki I roti te reo Ngāti Whātua o Rākei, me ngā tangata whenua o konei I Aotearoa, New Zealand, e mihi ana, e tangi ana kia koutou katoa. Ki ngā tini whakapono o wainganui a koutou, e maumahara ana mātou, te nuinga o ēnei whakapono kia tātou katoa ki te ao, e mihi ana, Ki ngā mate ko whetūrangitia rātou katoa, I noho ki ngā tainga tawhito ki te taha o ngā tupuna e ngā mate katoa, haere atu rā. Rātou kia rātou, noho ki reira, mene mai nei kia mātou ngā mōruhutanga, a tātou kia tātou ki tēnei ao tūroa, a tēnā koutou katoa. Ko Michael Steedman tōku ingoa, ko te kaiarataki, e tuku tēnei mihi kia koutou katoa, nā tangata no ngā pito o te ao, nā kokonga o te ao, no ngā kāinga o te ao, hara mai kia mātou, Waipapa Taumatarau, University of Auckland, tēnei a mātou mihi kia koutou katoa. It's my privilege to offer these words of welcome to you all watching from your homes, from your families, from different parts of the world, to say welcome to Waipapa Taumatarau, the University of Auckland. In my speech, I began with an old saying from these parts, which talks about the arrival of something special upon the north wind. And we equate this to all of our visitors that come from afar to Tāmaki Makaurau, Tāmaki here ngāwaka, Tāmaki the place desired by many, Tāmaki the place where all of the boats are tethered together as one. So with that, welcome to Waipapa Taumatarau, the University of Auckland, on behalf of all of our whānau family here, and on behalf of all of the moemoeā, wawata, the dreams and aspirations that you carry as well, to connect closely with ours. Nā reira, kei te mihi kia koutou katoa, a tēnā koutou, a tēnā koutou katoa.
Kia ora. Hello and a warm welcome to Waipapa Taumatarau, University of Auckland's International Open Week. Thank you for joining us for this exciting event. We're really looking forward to sharing our university with you. We're located in Tāmaki Makaurau, Auckland, which is New Zealand's largest and most culturally diverse city and ranks in the world's top 10 most livable cities. A dynamic and vibrant city where over 40% of Aucklanders are born outside of New Zealand, so expect an international welcome when you come here. We're proud of our Indigenous Maori culture and the weaving and sharing of the many different cultures and languages on campus caring for the needs of others and showing kindness that we call manaakitanga. The University of Auckland is placed first in New Zealand, 68th in the latest QS World rankings, and in a country that is known for its education quality, where New Zealand is the only major English-speaking international student destination to have all of its universities in the top 500 worldwide. That's ahead of Australia, Canada, Ireland, the United Kingdom and the USA. We know that most students will be joining us to advance their careers, and at the university we have award-nominated programs for our international students so that you will be better prepared after you've graduated. Again, New Zealand ranks first for graduate employability in the QS World rankings when compared to other English-speaking destinations, and the University of Auckland is first in New Zealand for graduate employability, testament to the openness and welcome you will receive if you choose to study with us. We are committed to sustainability, where the university is ranked top 10 in the world for environmental and social impact. New Zealand is ranked in the top 10 safest countries in the world, a beautiful country that values people's health and well-being, where we celebrate and welcome diversity. Over the next 3 days, you will have the chance to explore our campus, meet our international students and alumni, and you will be able to ask questions, and we very much encourage you to do so. Thank you again for joining our International Open Week. Enjoy the event, and we hope to see you on our University of Auckland campus soon. Ngā manaakitanga.
So how about that? I am bringing the shining. No, how about that? I will do you no harming. I keep it red even though you were doubting. It's just my style, I am keeping it coming. Well, I am saying that you never gave it a chance to thrive, but you will never save it. Gotta let it keys back, keep it down. Looking at me, boy, you're looking at me, girl. You're looking at me, keeping that love, but you're looking at me. I keep it red, but they're keeping it coming. Nothing that bad, I can do you no harming. But if you're gonna make me mad, no, don't ever make me mad. 'Cause if you're gonna make me mad, make me bad, make me bad.
Kia ora koutou. Hello and welcome. My name is May Al-Sharif and I'm one of the international managers here at Waipapa Taumata Roa, the University of Auckland. With me today we have two of our current students, Sam and Karine, and our alumnus, Pok. They'll be sharing some of their experiences of being students at the university. If you have any questions for our panelists, please pop them in the chat and we'll answer as many of them as we can. Hello, Sam. We'll start with you. Could you tell us a little about where you're from and what inspired you to choose the University of Auckland?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me today. I'm from the United States, Texas in particular, and I just have heard about New Zealand before coming here and chatted with folk about the university and marine science studies and just absolutely loved what I heard and could not resist coming over.
Amazing, I love that, Sam. Hi everyone, my name is Karine Mutoniwase. I am from Kenya in East Africa. I think for me, I really hadn't heard about University of Auckland, not even Uni of Auckland, just New Zealand as a country. But I had worked with a Kiwi before back home who was doing some research, and I reached out to her because I was looking for somewhere different, somewhere where it would give me like an adventure and some calm and peace. So I reached out to her. She was like, University of Auckland, try and apply. I checked out the ranking. It was good. Loved some of the supervisors who were already there, and they were passionate about my work as well. And I applied, and here we are. Yeah.
That's awesome. Hello everyone, my name is Pok Wei Heng. I'm originally from Singapore. What really drew me in, I think, about New Zealand, I remember coming in as a tourist in like 2013, and it was the kindness of its people, and I knew I would be in good hands in this place. And at the same time, I think it's also the focus on academic excellence with the university, right? And I knew that I'd be getting an education with rigor, and that I would yeah, be in for a really great experience at the university, and that's kind of what drew me in.
And what was your first impression when you got here as a student and not a tourist?
Yeah. Oh, I remember that first day when I just kind of like plopped off a plane, was trying to find my way. Like everything is fresh and everything is new and different. But again, I think it's there's something quite magical about the people here. I felt really welcomed from day one. Like obviously you take time to get used to the place, but I felt like the staff were incredibly helpful and kind. I had to get my university card and all the other things, and they just guided me through step by step. It was pretty seamless, I think. Yeah.
And for you, Kareen, you haven't visited New Zealand before coming here as a student. What was that like?
First of all, it was the longest flight I've had to take. I'm like, why is this place so far? My mom did think that I was running away from home, to be fair. But I think I got off the plane and was like, ooh, I love the tribal art because I'm really into like different types of art and what it means, or the cultural representation that it communicates and speaks. And then I was like, God damn, it's cold. It was honestly, that was just my first impression. But I love that it was seamless. Again, being an international student, arriving in a place that I do not know how things work. I didn't have like the traditional visa stamped in my passport. They're like, oh, it's all good, just walk through customs and it's gonna be chill. And I got there and I'm like, Mom, I made it. It was awesome.
Oh, that's amazing. I think my mom thought I was running away from home too, especially when I didn't come back after being here. I loved getting off the plane and just being able to go. Hopped on a bus and stopped at a yoga shop on the way up to my flat and had a yoga class after a long flight, 13 hours or something like this. And then later took a coastal walk. And that's one of my favorite things about Auckland and its wider regions too, that we have these coastal walks along the beaches that are just absolutely stunning. And so many good bays for you to pop into and have a swim if you like, or just a walk on the beach. Beautiful place.
That's awesome. I've done one of those. They're really scenic. It's awesome.
To do them.
So in terms of cultural differences, you all come from different parts of the world. What was the experience of the culture in New Zealand? What was the experience of New Zealand's culture and how that was different from your home?
That's a great question. I love speaking to this. As a marine scientist, I study plastic pollution effects on our marine ecosystems, and I feel that coming from the United States, I see a lot of trash and broken waste management systems, but coming to New Zealand was actually really cool, an eye-opener in that this country is already implementing so many ways to reduce plastic waste with different alternatives and more eco-friendly products. I loved that about the culture. I'm also gluten-free, which I was a worry to come over here because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to eat anything. Super easy. Most of the places that I go, easy to eat things. What about yourself, Kareen?
I think for me it was also a bit of a shock. First of all, I had to adjust to the fact that for a big chunk of my life, I was part of the majority, and I was moving to a country where I would be a minority. So I think I found comfort in, looking up Maori culture and looking at how, that relates to the tribes back home. So I really loved, one of the first really cool things that I got to do when I was up with my host families in Mangawhai was visit Bream Bay College. So they invited me to just share a little bit more about Africa, because again, there's not a lot known about Africa, and I went and presented, and they ended up giving me performing like a haka, and I was like, oh my god, this is my first haka, this is so amazing. I was so humbled and blown away. But I love the diversity, honestly. I love the kindness of the people. Systems work, like transport, I do not have to it's different from back home. It's just been amazing, honestly, and I'm grateful for the experience.
I feel like coming from Singapore, it's really dense, it's bustling, and people cross by you all the time. I think there is a pace of life that is really quite comfortable and comforting about Auckland. I think it's a great, like I've grown my work relationships and my, like my friendships with friends through coffee, through, having really great chats. That I think that's something that's really great. It's sort of like, this is a space where I felt genuinely welcomed into, and I could actually slow down and understand and build relationships around me. I think that's what makes New Zealand. It's all about relationships.
Yeah. That's a very good point, and really speaks to New Zealand's culture as a whole. But Sam made a very important comment around food. And so I'm very interested in hearing more about all of your experiences with food, what you expected, and what was it like when you first got here and started exploring the food options. Pak, for you, what was that like?
I think I was quite surprised. I remember when I was here as a tourist in 2013, and there was a Thai place called Mai Thai, and my dad was tasting it, and he got really confused because he was like, why are we having such good Thai food in New Zealand? Like, I did not think this was possible. And I think that kind of speaks to the actual food diversity that we see in Auckland. Like, Auckland is a super diverse city, like you have there's just such a great plethora of options. I love hopping down to get my Malaysian food. That speaks to my culture, but at the same time, like many different options. We have different streets that are catered to, like to different food styles, and different cuisines. I don't think you'll be bored here.
So true. I think the diversity here is what shocked me a lot, and then mostly because first of all, I love the night market scene here. It is amazing. I think that's, if you want to see the versatility or diversity of cuisines in Auckland, like just visit any night market. That would be super awesome. But my friends were making fun of me because back home we don't eat a lot of seafood or like raw food. So sushi, like I got to get into sushi when I got here. And they're like, you've never had sushi? I'm like, yeah, no, we do not have it back home. And they're like, what about raw octopus? I'm like, okay, cool, let's take it easy and slow down. But I really love that diversity. And I'm trying to challenge myself because it's different, like try different cuisines. My mom is always like, what is that? She heard me have prawns. She was like, what is that? Are you gonna be okay? Remember your stomach again? I'm like, okay, thanks, Mom. But enough about that. What she said.
Oh, that's amazing. I think for me, veggie gardening is something that I've been getting into that I had not done in the United States. And that's huge here, especially where I stay in northern Auckland area, so up at the Lee campus, and everyone has a veggie garden, and it's just like healthy and lovely and nice to be a part of. I think it really speaks to the cultural dynamics as well, how Maori people are so connected to the land that they live on that they use it. And it's important to them, and it's very good.
You guys, we have a question from the audience, and it's, if you could describe your student life experience in 3 words, what would they be?
That's a tough one. I would say interdisciplinary, adventurous, I don't know a third one. Help me.
I'll piggyback on the adventurous bit and add like enlightening, fun, and challenging though. Like I'm not
challenging.
Yeah.
Like
How about
that.
you, Buck?
I thought of dynamic, but also your choice. Like it's your own journey, like what you want to make out of it.
That's beautiful. So Sam and Karine, you're both doing research. What has that research experience been like at the university?
Unlike any other, to be honest. The University of Auckland and the people that I've met here have a large network, not just within the university, but universities connected inside New Zealand, but also internationally. I cannot believe the extent of my network today from day one when I started here.
Amazing. I think for me it's more or less the same, and I just started my second year And so I've just finished my confirmation review. One of the biggest highlights, I think, for my first year in regards to research was participating in the 3-minute thesis research competition, which challenged me to sort of like reduce my whole proposal into 3 minutes and explain what the hell I'm trying to do with it. But I love that challenge and I love the experience because it enabled me to also share with other PhD students, sort of like learn from their journey. And I love that the uni encourages that, peer learning amongst early career researchers. I really love that aspect. And the fact that also research for impact is encouraged. It's not just about us doing research so that it can stay on the bookshelves, like it doesn't inform impact or improve, it doesn't inform better systems or lives or products and stuff like that. So I'm really, really keen to also follow that up, and the fact that the uni supports that is amazing.
Yeah, you both are making a huge impact in the world with your research, and it's absolutely incredible that the university provides you with that platform. Karine, you mentioned the 3-minute thesis.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little more about other engagements that you've had on campus in terms of student clubs or student associations? What else have you been part of?
Oh my God. Honestly, not much, because when I got here, I was like 4 months late into my program. So I've been stuck behind my desktop for quite a, but again, that's the experience. But I've honestly been humbled enough to be, to join the Postgraduate Student Association executive team at Epsom campus, just to help organize events and, academic events and casual fun events for students. Every second week, also, we hang out at the PhD oversharing sessions at Galbraith Ale. Just invite PhD students to share about their work and then network at the same time. And what else? Oh, badminton. Yeah, we have a badminton thing going on at Epsom. It's just always competitive every Wednesday. Smack talk, like just trash talk, just, fun.
That's good. That
Yeah.
sounds like a lot of the things we got going on at the Lee
You guys are
campus.
cool.
In our social club up there, we have softball, touch rugby, beach volleyball. I mean, it's just unreal the amount of things that you can do up there in a space that maybe feels so disconnected, out on its own, but good stuff to be a part of.
You should definitely come up there.
Yeah, anytime.
And Parker, what has your engagement with the university's student clubs been like?
Yeah, I feel like the undergraduate sort of experience is a bit different. I think I've had a lot of fun engaging with just the many different clubs that we have on offer here. You have social clubs and recreational clubs, so in the sports, in the arts, in music. But I think there are also like more professional skills developing clubs. Like I was the president of Impact Consulting Group, which is all about pro bono consulting for social enterprises and nonprofits. And so there is that space if you want to develop these skills, right, and to get you kind of, I guess, future ready. I think it, and again, it's your journey, right? It's what you want to make out of it. And I personally think that the choices are out there. We have these yearly kind of club roadshows where you kind of see what every club is able to offer you, and that's the best time to actually just walk down and be like, that's really cool. I want to join that because I want to learn about this that I've never even thought of. Like I've had friends who haven't never taken Mandarin and they're like, I'm going to join a conversational Mandarin club, and they're just like, we're just going to try something new. And I think that's really fun and interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and what has been your favorite club or
don't make me choose.
group?
I work in sustainability and human rights, so I think one of the kind of like best student clubs currently is a Sustainable Future Collective. It's my own personal bias, but it's really about looking at sustainability through what we can do as everyday consumers, what we can do as students. Like how can we ask for different meaningful shifts in our curriculum, that embrace a sustainable future. And I think it's just really cool. It's this new wave of we want to lead lives of impact, and we want to lead lives that are purposeful and what's being driven, know. So yeah, that's my hot take.
I know, Pak, you've also engaged in the sustainability space within the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Do you want to tell us a little about that?
It's really cool because that's when we first met, and you were kind of like facilitating some of those sessions. Well, I think the Center of Innovation and Entrepreneurship, or I'll just abbreviate that to CIE, has been absolutely exciting and thrilling. Like there are all sorts of different competitions. I came in not knowing what a startup was, not knowing what capital was, not knowing how to form a business plan, and you have these like different competitions that focus on like. Let me think. I remember there was the 100K challenge. That's all about come up with a proposal of an impactful idea. Why should we invest in that? Like what's your next idea that can take the world by storm? But at the same time, there's guidance given along that journey. I think that's just powerful. It's really empowering. Like as someone who didn't even think of of launching a startup, it gave me the tools to think quite holistically about what entrepreneurship was, what social entrepreneurship looked like, and how we can make a profit and yet do good, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
And I can see that, you've got that entrepreneurial mindset embedded in everything, even while you're sharing your story with us. And you're currently a sustainability consultant, right? How did your journey to find a job in New Zealand, what was that like?
Yeah, that is such an interesting question. One of the biggest things I had to, I guess, learn and unlearn is that New Zealand is incredibly relational, and academics are incredibly important, but they're not the end all and be all. They're not the final stage. It's all about making meaningful relationships, and it's about understanding what am I interested in, what does the industry want from me, and how can I bridge that gap? I feel that it's not about just us studying, it's also about I've studied, I've joined the clubs, I've developed all these skills, here's the pathway, and this is what I want to do now, right? So I felt like that was such that was a very different mindset, because it's no longer about grades. I think our world is becoming really complex. It's becoming also really exciting because, it's not just about grades. They're important, but like there are so many pathways out there for you, and I love how. We talked about interdisciplinary. I love how New Zealand is embracing multiple disciplines and how you can study something and that can land you somewhere completely different. I studied accounting and supply chain. I did not think I was going to be in climate change or working on sustainability, right? But it's about how do I use those meaningful skills, that those problem-solving skills, the computational, the ability to handle numbers and complex cases. How do I transfer that into something that's meaningful for the world, right? And I think,
and how did the university help you? Get to that point, gain those skills.
Yeah, can I do a shout out? I would do a shout out. I would like to do a shout out to Peta and Tamsin from the business school. They have been absolutely invaluable. I remember when they first looked at my CV and they rejected the entire thing. I remember when they gave such invaluable advice on what the job market was looking like, what you can do to put yourself as a favorable candidate. I think it's all about looking for the right amount of help. The university just has tons of resources. We also have CDES, which is, you're gonna have to help me out there.
Career Development and Employment Services.
There we go. So invaluable. They've been really cool in just providing all the help that you need. And I think especially for international students, you're new to this place, you don't quite know how the job market works, you don't quite know what it means to be employable. They're here to, again, plug in that gap, right? Like we're starting here, we're gonna get you there. And so they've been really helpful.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Pak. Now I've got a final question to wrap up our conversation today, and that is, for the audience that are watching, if you have one piece of advice to give, what would that be?
I would say just take a risk. I know that moving country might be scary. There might be a lot you're thinking about and you need to deal with, but you'll do it. And the people around you will help you. Like, we've all received help along the way. It's a lifetime, once in a lifetime experience, really, that you just can't leave. You take the risk.
Yeah, amazing. I love that. And mine is close to that as well. I think it's just believe in yourself, you know, just believe in yourself and what you want to do and the purpose which you intend to, you know, fulfill, and know that, like you said, the safety nets. I think that's one of the biggest things I'm honestly grateful for, even reflecting over the last 10 months, the fact that I have not felt alone, even having had to leave everything, just believing that it's going to be okay and just taking one step at a time. So for me to just take that one brave step at a time and keep going, remember to breathe, remember to believe yourself, and just cross over. Yeah.
I would leave with a note that, you know, like we talk a lot about these rising trends. There's AI and there's technology, and yes, it's important, but I believe the future is people. I think it's important that we ground ourselves that the future is all about people. It's about relationships, you know, like, and so, yeah, like take the plunge, come to a completely new place. You will be supported here, you know, like, and the people are ready to receive you. This, I think it's such an exciting opportunity to actually go to somewhere that, you know, like you don't know anyone. Like you could, it's like starting over again, like on a whole new lease of life. Like, what new adventures are you gonna take? You know, what new experiences will you be open to? Like the possibility is right there in front of you. So.
And Sam, tell us what it's like living on the Lee Marine Lab.
Oh, it's super exciting. The lab is just off the first marine reserve in New Zealand, and you can literally jump out into the water surrounded by snapper and stingray, you name it. Just in an hour of your day, go out and have a swim, walk on the beach, have a play, whatever you like. It's absolutely stunning. The people are there. Are amazing and interactive with the local community. So we have the Marine Discovery Center that's just next to it, where we can do educational and outreach events of sorts, getting connected with the local community and communities from the city and even abroad. We have the space and the capacity to hold people there if they want to come up for a field trip or lab experience, whatever it may be. It's just unreal. Some days I can't believe that I work there.
Yeah. And can you tell us a little about the area itself? So you've got access to a supermarket, you know, restaurants, that sort of thing?
Maybe, depending on the day. We have 3 places that you can eat in Lee: a library, a fire station, that's good, you need that, the necessities, and actually a general store that you can buy milk, bread, ice cream. During the summer, always a good choice.
Necessities.
But local shops for larger varieties of things that you might need are just within 10, 15, 20 minutes away. And even if you wanted to just go up to the Marine Lab for a day, you could get there from the city within an hour to an hour and a half, depending on traffic.
Amazing. So the University of Auckland is based in the heart of the city. Can you tell us a little about your experiences of adventuring and exploring the city and what your favorite places are?
Yeah.
Amazing. So I'm based at the Epsom campus. That's a little bit off the city campus, but honestly, I've loved the little I've done. I've loved being down at the viaduct. It's really cool. A lot of stuff you can do there. Silo Park. K Road is always buzzing, artsy. I know, right? Like, yeah, but I need to stay away from K Road. Anyway, and I've been to Devonport as well. And yesterday I managed to go to Kelly Tartan's aquarium. That was mind blowing. I loved it. Yeah. What about you, Park?
Yeah, oh, that's really awesome. I love how, like, you know, if you go down like Simon Street, it's just one street, and like if you look at the left and the right, that's the university. Like the university truly is at the heart of the city. There's some really, you know, like I think our waterfront is stellar. It's pristine and it's beautiful. It's great for outdoor eating. It's great for restaurant dining. You also have like many exciting different suburbs like Karangahape Road or K Road. It's known for its great diversity, its art. You also have like Mount Eden and Dominion Road, which is really known for like Chinese cuisine. and there's just so much that's happening. I think like the city center. Oh, and where I work right now, Britomart, is absolutely beautiful. It's like a art meets like commercial kind of precinct. I love that place. I love coming to the city in that space particularly. It's gorgeous. It's full of bustling life.
Yeah. And Karine, you mentioned Devonport. So you grab a ferry from downtown and it's only about a 15-minute ferry ride.
And the ferry ride is amazing, and you can just do a walk across the coastline, and you can dip, you can swim. It was my first time there. I got to see like this big anchor, this big sailboats that were being painted. I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. But it's amazing experience.
Yeah, and Pok, have you taken the ferry across to Waiheke?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just pretty profound how proximate Auckland, like the city is to all these different islands, right? Like you have Devonport, you have Waiheke, which is known for its wine estates, vineyards, restaurant dining, al fresco. Like Great Barrier Island is where you can go for like stargazing, and it's absolutely pristine and beautiful. You have like there's just so many different spaces that you can be in.
Oh, thank you guys so much once again. Thank you for your perspectives, your insights, your candid responses, and I do genuinely think that our audience here have gained so much from all your experiences that you've shared with us. So once again, thank you for your time. Thank you all for tuning in. If you have any more questions about studying at the University of Auckland, please feel free to reach out to us in the chat or via email.
I chose the University of Auckland as it offers diverse learning opportunities. It has global accreditation as a top university of New Zealand, and I also love how they promote studies that are balanced but also challenging at the same time.
I'm Karthik. I completed Master of Management from the University of Auckland. Currently, I'm working as a senior business analyst at Auckland Transport. A couple of major benefits that I gained out of Master of Management programs are the knowledge and perspective. I did a specialization in general business, so the course broadened my perspective and my ability to think in multiple dimensions, and you get an opportunity to work with professors who not only have a strong academic profile, but also have a good deal of industry exposure.
Studying business matters. Business can turn ideas into financial, environmental or social benefit that can benefit the whole of society. Our degree will offer real-world case studies, teaching innovative skills and with workshops based on real-world problems and grand challenges faced by society. Our business school has connections with industry second to none, and you'll be involved in making those connections while you're studying your degree, as well as when you seek work after your degree. And the University of Auckland Business School has a fantastic reputation for employability, with our graduates finding work in a variety of exciting careers. The University of Auckland Business School is a welcoming place, and you will find your place here. I look forward to meeting you soon.
My name's Charlotte. I'm doing my Masters in Science at the University of Auckland, specifically in geography. So I look at fluvial geomorphology. I'm down in Kaikoura looking at how the 2016 earthquake down there is changing the river systems. Living in a place like New Zealand, it's such an incredible opportunity to go and see these incredibly dynamic landscapes and just the changes around us. I don't know how other people resist doing geography really. And I chose to go down to Kaikoura because there's just an incredible amount of really interesting research happening down there at the moment. It's this hotspot of scientific data collection. So working down there is really great because I have other data sets that can complement the work I'm doing. And also I feel like I'm really adding to such a relevant and important site of interest. Yeah, I'd just say find something you love and find some supervisors that you really, really look up to and are excited about their work too, because they're going to be the ones that will push you further and help you more.
Kia ora and welcome. My name's Camilla Highfield. I'm the Deputy Dean at the Faculty of Education and Social Work at the University of Auckland. Our faculty will support you to develop skills and knowledge that will contribute to improving society.
Kia ora, my name is Smriti Mara, a gender and sexuality focused researcher from India. I chose to pursue my postgraduate studies at the Faculty of Education and Social Work because of the world-leading researchers and scholars who offer a positive learning environment. I am the recipient of the Dean's Doctoral Scholarship. Through this scholarship, the university supported me in my doctoral journey, which made my move from India to New Zealand easy, productive, and highly beneficial.
Hi Jambo, my name is Karinu Mutoniwase. I am from Rwanda and Kenya in East Africa. I'm a second-year PhD student doing my PhD in philosophy with the Faculty of Education and Social Work at University of Auckland. The reason I chose to study at University of Auckland is two-pronged. First of all, New Zealand Aotearoa is definitely a different destination for a student to consider doing their PhD, and not many students back home consider such an environment or such a place because it's so far. But I reached out to a family friend and she recommended University of Auckland and asked that I could try and apply, and I applied and I got in, and I also was lucky enough to find two supervisors who share the same passion for youth work and positive youth development with me, so it was really just a perfect fit for me to come and pursue my PhD at University of Auckland.
Hello, my name is Charles Mace. I come from China and I am currently studying teaching English to students of other languages at the University of Auckland. I chose to study this program because I believe language acquisition is more about learning a way of speaking, but also about mastering a way of thinking. And I am really interested to find out how can people get themselves connected to the bigger world in this beautiful city.
Hello everyone, my name is Angelica. I'm from Malaysia and I'm currently pursuing my Bachelor of Early Childhood Studies. So I chose to do the Bachelor of Early Childhood Studies at the University of Auckland because of the program and how it aligns with my plans and my goals in terms of the opportunities and pathways that are available to me upon graduating. Besides that, the institution's reputation both locally and globally was something that stood out to me. And finally would be that New Zealand is a really nice country to live in and explore.
We look forward to welcoming you and starting your study journey with us.
Oh God. Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hi. Hi, welcome to University of Auckland International Open Week. My name is Aleksandra Sawacinska. I come from Poland and I'm studying medicine at University of Auckland. And today I'll take you on a live tour of the Auckland University Student Association. And we have a special guest with us today.
Kia ora koutou. My name is Mehek Nagar. I am the International Student Officer for the year 2023 here at AUSA. And this big old-timey haunted building that you see behind us, Alex, is AUSA. You've got our flag posts over here. We have 3 pillars, student experience, student voice, and student support. And we're all really, really proud of that. A team of 12 executives, your student leaders that you elect every year, and 7 full-time staff members. And yeah, this is an independent charity organization, independent from the university. So we kind of are the people that keep the university in check. No. But we are also responsible for hosting some great events. And when did you inside?
Let's go inside.
Lovely day.
Yes. Can you tell us a little bit more who works with you here as well? Is it just run by students or?
No, there's 7 full-time staff members here with students, and we're just about to go into the reception to have a conversation with one of our staff members.
Hello.
This is Blake Monk, our advocacy manager. He is here to help our students. Something with he's going to do a better job explaining.
Sure, yeah. So I'm Blake. I'm the manager of AUSA's Advocacy and Advisory Service. So what we do is any student can come here, ask to talk to me or a member of my team, and we give free confidential advice on university policies and issues. So misconduct, complaints and dispute resolution, and then some things that might arise outside the university, employment, tenancy, those sort of issues. You know, if we don't have the answer, we'll redirect to someone who hopefully does.
And if I could just pop in, what's been like the number one concern, if you had to say, like this semester, like something that came up a lot of times?
Well, it's same as it's been just about every semester. It's our breaches of academic integrity, how to respond to those and how to deal with those investigations. It's by far the most common thing, and that's just because there's nowhere else that provides that assistance.
Really essential for international students, because we do have, coming in from a different academic structure, we come in here, it's a lot of getting used to. Thank you, Blake. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your time. So that was Blake Monk, our advocacy manager. You can find him via email, or you can just pop into the reception, grab one of his cards, and he's also available upstairs at his office. We can just pop in to say, hi, Ben.
Hello.
This is our reception. This is our student hub.
How are you? So can you tell us a little bit more about your job here? What do you do?
I work with Blake, so I'm on the advocacy team, so I support him in
Yeah, that's awesome. And this is our student support hub, which is open from Monday to Thursday on 9:30 to 2:30, 9:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. You've got wonderful Celia over here, and she isn't here right now because it's after hours, but this is where students can come in and ask to see Blake, to see Ben, and to just get sort of any sort of help and support.
So is this the first point of contact
Absolutely.
for all the students?
That, and we could always, this is our period poverty project initiated by AUSA. We've got free sanitary products over here that students come in and they can pick up. Some condoms, some contraceptives, and I love going through these books sometimes, Crackhams. They're really funny, especially the years before 2010, which is also an AUSA entity. Crackham. You've heard Crackham? Yeah. No? Oh my God. So that's a to-do for Alex. Just start reading Crackham.
After the semester finishes.
Well, thank you, Ben. Thank you, Blake.
Thank you. What's next to see?
Next is our executive office, which you'll come in, and this is where all of our executives and our friends come in and sit, study, and work. And if you could just pan the camera Well, to your right, you'd be facing our wonderful, recently graduated Treasurer Secretary for 2023, Amol Kumar.
What's up? How are you guys? All good?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. What's your role? What are you doing?
I am the treasurer of AUSA, so I make sure that this place doesn't go bankrupt so we can keep supporting all of those amazing students like you.
Very important.
Right now I'm writing it's not very angry, it's a little bit angry, a report for the university just based on some student feedback that we've had about clubs. So hopefully we get that through and then next year you guys will have an even better experience than this year.
Nice. What's your favorite part at AUSA?
My favorite part is probably knowing that there's a student bar right next door that I can go to every time I get sad. So it's great. But just all of the amazing and cool events that we throw, because we throw some absolute bangers and some amazing parties here.
Yeah? You've had a good 6 years at uni?
I've had an amazing 6 years, but it is time for me to finally find a job to pay my student loans.
Amol Kumar for you, our Treasurer Secretary.
Thank you so
and
much.
this is the rest of our exec office. This is my desk, and yeah, we just got
this one here?
somebody standing over there, which is absolutely fine. You can see the big world map. That's international. That's global, right? And if you could just pan down there, there are some posters for International Week that happened this year. Super proud of
what
that
was
week.
your favorite event?
My favorite event had to be Kava
International
Night.
Open?
Yeah, Kava Night. And Kava Night was definitely up there. And dumpling making workshop. We literally booked the student lounge, had students come in. The Han Cultural Club came in and they literally taught students how to make dumplings. That was really nice.
All right. What else is in the building?
We are
Let's
going
see.
all across the house and
Okay.
yeah.
Somebody.
So you just over here to see the most important person at the office,
Okay.
our president.
Here?
Hi, yeah.
Can we come in? Hello.
Any questions about the association?
So what kind of questions do students come to you to ask about?
It varies really. We tend to be the central place on campus that students just generally come to, with that old looking house on the middle of Alfred Street. So, students come if they've got questions about course enrollment, and sometimes that means us directing them into the student hubs or other places of the university.
Yep.
Then we've got students that come through our advocacy service, for example, that might have individual issues with their lecturers or even issues with their landlords. We try and advise them through that. So it varies, and I would say, no day is really the same. You really don't know what you're going to expect, through these doors.
What's your favorite part about the job and organization here?
My wonderful team, I would say. It's like this job is amazing, and seeing the impact we make on students is amazing. But coming into work every day and just working with an amazing set of people really makes it worthwhile.
Nice. And last question, what's your favorite event organized by the association?
By the association, there's a lot. I don't know how I would pick one. I would have to say probably Alfred's street party. That was basically in the past we've done it at Spark Arena, and we've done it in the various different venues. This year we decided to bring it back onto campus, and so literally right on Alfred Street we had it shut down. We had a stage there. We had international artists performing, and it was the first time that this university has ever done that. So for me, that was a really cool vibe to see.
Cool, nice. Thank you so much.
No worries. Thanks for visiting.
Yeah.
And what are you working on right now?
What am I working on? At the moment, I'm working. So I've been re-elected as the president for 2024.
Oh, congrats.
So I'm currently working on induction and training for the new executive. So that's what I'm currently doing.
It's great.
Important
You're
stuff
gonna
to
have a
really
really
do.
So you're in good hands for the next year at least.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you.
Great. So this was our AUSA house. Just going right outside. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go outside.
Upstairs is where you find the staff members, but this is all that there is ground at this floor. And do you have any more questions?
Yeah. So how do you manage both working here and your studies?
Wow. So I'm a second-year undergraduate, majoring in psychology, and it gets hard. I mean, this is week 12, and I am supposed to be studying, getting my assignments handed in, but yeah, I think time management comes in handy. A few sleepless nights. It's definitely a job that when you sign up for it, you don't really know unless you're in it. But like Alan said, the impact of it is so fruitful.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see how students enjoy the things that we do. We get to sit on these key decision-making bodies and just speak on behalf of our communities. It's really, really nice, and that pleasure, I think nothing can ever compare to it. So I think that's what keeps us going.
Yeah. Okay, what else is here around the office of the
Absolutely.
AUSA?
So AUSA, we have a few entities.
Yeah.
We've obviously got Crackum, 95 BFM, if I don't fall.
Yeah.
We've got 95 BFM, our student radio, Crackum, the student magazine. You'd see them in stands around Grafton and at the quad
Shadows.
downstairs. And then we have our student bar right over here, Shadows. Do you have a favorite drink, Alex?
Diet Coke.
And no. Drink responsibly, obviously. But
Medical
for
students.
this is really unusual to have a student bar right here on campus.
Yeah.
But we really, really do enjoy it.
Is it open every day?
It is open from Monday to Friday. Monday to Saturday, I'm pretty sure. And we have a lot of students coming here during weekends. You have some loud music over here. And even during the day, they serve coffee, breakfast. There's a big screen where you can watch sports. So it's a pretty chilled out, amazing place for students to be at.
And what's upstairs?
Upstairs is the university quad. You'll find a lot of our eateries here. You can see Eat, Drink and Chill. So you've got a lot of fast food joints and like restaurants and
as well.
absolutely. And also there's like some pretty steep stairs that can take you upstairs.
You have to be careful.
Yeah. Very careful.
Okay, so that's on this side. What's on the other side of the office?
The other side of the office, I don't know if you'll make it in time, but the other side of the office is our university bookstore, UBIC, which is also an AUSA entity. And if you become an AUSA member, you get a 10% discount. That is pretty awesome. And especially it's really handy to have a stationery store on campus, because especially when I'm studying, I find like there's so many printouts that I'm taking, and then I need like a quick highlighter or a white pen, or like a whitener or something to just quickly scratch stuff out, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, and we also have library here.
Yes,
right next to the
AUSA. So for anybody who's
everything's really
wondering,
close.
the address is 4 Alfred Street, right opposite the General Library, literally in the middle of the road. And this was the street that Alan was talking about, that was literally shut down. A big stage put up there, and we
For the
had
event,
we had a lot of students come in here, some big massive international artists like, just singing and like DJing. It was really fun.
Yeah. What else is there? The student commons?
Yes, there's a
What's
student
commons?
We've got the student lounge upstairs. Here is you can just see over there, the university bookshop.
Yeah.
This is it. Do you read, Alex? Do you
Yes,
read?
of course, I have to.
No, first, like for fun.
Oh yeah, as well, yeah.
Yeah? So this is where the university bookstore is. You've got, if you're an AUSA member, you get a 10% discount.
Yeah.
And have you been here?
Yes, I've been here, yeah.
That's nice. What was the last book that you read?
So now I'm like all studying into summer for my final, so I'm very focused on my medical studies. But last book that I read for fun was on neuroscience.
Ooh,
Yeah, because I used to study neuroscience before, so I was like in the neuroscience field.
I think I'm a lot more of a fiction reader,
Yeah.
so I think mine was Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a pretty nice book. Great, so that was...
So that's the bookstore.
That's the bookstore, and we've got... What else
What's
have we
your
got?
favorite spot to study around here, or just enjoy?
Okay, so if you are part of AUSA, I must warn you, it gets really, really hard. So most of the time you end up studying in the office. You actually end up studying in the office. But if not, they've got an amazing student lounge upstairs, which is pretty chill. And then if it's a good day, good weather, you can obviously study outside. And then, there's Kate Edgar. You've got a lot of individual study spots, the library at City Campus, and each one of the faculty buildings has their own study spots over there as well. So, yeah.
Cool, nice. Okay, what's your favorite part about the job?
My favorite part about the job has been, again, just the community. And the free food, no kidding. Just the community.
That's what you should do.
Yes, the community and the things that we get to do at AUSA. And if you do choose to be a part of this university, AUSA, you should know, has worked day and night to make sure the students get what they signed up for. And as an international student officer, I know very well the amount it takes to get an education in a different country. So, this is your place.
So can any student from all of different disciplines, different campuses just join your organization?
Absolutely, and we encourage you to. Great, so thank you,
Yeah,
so,
thank you so
much,
much.
Alex. It was amazing talking.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. And I hope you learned a little bit more about the university. And I wish to see you here next year, somewhere around campus.
Yeah.
So thank you again.
Thank you.
The destination of this tour is for me to show you around the recreation centre of the University of Auckland, and now I'll take you right to it. So if you like to walk around just to absorb everything, I know you're not here currently, personally, but I believe one day you will. So now just walk with me and breathe it all in. And so as I just mentioned, Carlaw Park is really a self-catered accommodation. So if you're not a very good cook, like myself. To be honest, I'm not very talented when it comes to cooking. So there are a few options here for you to come out and grab a bite. Here is one of the options, the Carlaw Park Cafe. But beware, it usually closes at around 2, 3 o'clock. So if you want to grab a lunch, get it before then. And we also have a nice little pub right over here for you. Maybe you want to grab a drink or so with some of your friends. And if you'd like to turn to my right-hand side, my right, your left, you can see the Snackster, which is a very good supermarket where you can get some energy drinks or some decent hot meals, just for breakfast or maybe a quick dinner. And now, if you would like to follow me, we are on our way to the recreation centre at the moment. And if you have any questions, just feel free to pop in the Snapchat session, and or you can just ask me directly.
What has your experience been like living at the student accommodations?
Well, I'm loving it currently at the moment because though I'm not living at Carlaw Park, I'm staying at 55 Simons, but the whole accommodation systems are quite similar. In a way that we both have music rooms, we both have the student common areas, and though it's self-catered and, well, we have the in-room kitchens, but we also have the commune space where you can take your food down and cook there, which is very great. and especially the music room, because, well, it has really given me the opportunity for me to continue pursue my passion, which is playing the piano.
And are there any communal events or gatherings at the student accommodations to make friends?
Yes, they have various and numbers of sorry about the traffic. As I mentioned, this is a very busy road throughout the whole year. And yeah, and I just mentioned, yeah, there are lots of activities that you can take part in to make some friends, to really make some connections here and, you know, enjoy your student life here. And so every hall, they would, normally they will host their own activities from time to time, but normally at the end of the year or at the end of the semester, all of the halls will come together and host one huge event where everybody could attend, which is very good, very interesting. You should definitely try when you come here. And now, yeah, we're walking toward the recreation center, and you can see we have the NEP here, which is the local weather channel. Pay attention to them, you're gonna need it. And yeah, like I said, it's not raining at the moment, but make sure to bring an umbrella everywhere you go. Yeah, I mean it. Do that.
How have you found the weather in Auckland specifically?
I beg your pardon?
How have you found the weather specifically in Auckland?
Oh yeah, I definitely love the weather. I definitely love the climate, but the rain can sometimes really be a pain in the neck, and because it's just so unpredictable. So yeah, make sure to bring an umbrella. I can't stress that more enough. And yes, we're approaching to the recreation center. And here we are, the recreation center, where we have been talking all along. And yes, just before we go in, I'd like to, well, we'll be joining our good friend Sean here, who will be showing us around the whole gym and some various functions of the gym. And just before we get started, you should know that the recreation center opens from Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., which is very good. But beware, it opens only from 8 to 10 p.m. during the weekends. So if you're going to want to get some workouts done during the weekend, make sure you come here a little bit earlier. Okay, now, let's go inside. All right, and now we're going to find our good friend Sean. Hi, excuse me, I'm looking for Sean. Is he here at the moment? Yeah? So I should just go inside and sit for him? Thank you so much. Okay, now we're looking for Sean at the moment, but feel free to come with me and let's have a glance of the whole place.
Are you quite familiar with the gym?
Oh yes, I am. I go to the gym quite often, starting from this semester, and so yeah, it's been quite fun for me to come to the gym. Right, as you can see, you have some very interesting exercise machines here. Actually, right over there, yeah. So there's over there is the treadmill machines. I can get some cardio done. Well, sadly, with all of the treadmill machines, I always skip my cardio day, just because I can't handle them. Okay, so if you see right over there, that is actually the spot where I do my daily pull-ups, which is quite fun.
What's your So it looks like It looks like Sean will be joining us shortly. Yep, it looks like Sean will be joining us shortly. He's just with a client at the moment. So would you mind just showing us around the gym while he...
Wonderful, yes. Yeah, of course, just come with me. And so, like I just said, we have, well, some machines to train your strength, and also some, I don't actually know what it's called in English, but it's some kind of cycler thing, also for your cardios, and the treadmills. And here's our good friend Sean. Hey, man.
Hey,
been looking for you. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, so can you tell us a little bit about yourself? What do you do here mostly?
So I'm one of the gym instructors here.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty much here to help people write them programs and stuff like that. You can actually get a free program through us, and we've got gym instructors here that we and we take you guys through pretty much like a workout, showing you guys how to do everything and stuff like that. Showing you correct form, different sorts of like techniques that you can do as well, different variations of exercises.
Yeah.
All the gym instructors here are super friendly. They want to help. Like that's the good thing about it.
Yeah, I've really noticed.
Yeah.
I've been going here a lot often.
Oh right, yeah, nice. Did you see me around?
I did. I mean, we bumped into each other for quite a
yeah.
few times, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So what is the so? At the moment, I'm trying to bulk up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, is there any advice that maybe you can give me?
Honestly, the easiest to put it to perspective, you need to be in a calorie surplus. So that means your calories in, which is like your food, like the food that you consume, and stuff like that, needs to be higher than your calories out.
Right.
So that's how you gain weight. And then also increasing your intensity of exercise is also going to help you build more muscle, burn more fat as well. And then and that's just going to cause you to get bigger.
Wow.
And,
Yeah. Well, folks, with all of the wordings, with all of the technical phrases that he just used, you know he's a professional. And so now we're actually going upstairs to, what's that room called?
The stretching area.
Yeah, that's right.
The stretching core zone.
Yes, come on. So do you use this room very often?
I use it sometimes for my warm-ups.
Yeah.
So especially for my leg days and stuff like that, I'll come up to this room.
Yeah.
And I'll do like a quick warm-up just to activate some parts of especially my glutes, my hamstrings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just so it gets me ready for my leg days.
Right. Leg days. Yeah, those are quite fun.
Yeah. Gotta love leg days.
Gotta
love
yeah,
leg days.
you gotta love them.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite good.
Yeah, so pretty much anyone can come up here, as well as all the studios. As long as there are no classes going on, you're more than welcome to use that area as well, especially if you've got a membership.
Oh, that's just wonderful because I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
Oh,
so-
and shout out to those living at the university accommodations. The membership fees are actually included in your rent. So basically, essentially, you can come here to the gym with a full membership without having to pay any extra fees. And also to those current students here at the University of Auckland, you also have a student discount. Yeah, so that's a very good thing.
Especially for the people that live in accommodation as well. You can book in for a free gym tro with any of the gym instructors, and like I said, that's where they get all the programs and stuff from the gym instructors. So yeah, like if you're living in accommodation, make sure you get your gym tro because it's pretty much like a free workout program, or pretty much like a free PT session.
That's
So,
right. Yeah, it's really good. And I also noticed a quite interesting room just below this there. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? What is that room for?
The room just
just
to our
below
left.
this one. Yeah.
So that one there's the spin studio. So that's where that's more of a high intensity sort of exercise, group fitness exercise.
Yeah.
So you've got we can actually go through this door here.
Oh.
Don't use the store though. But
Okay.
yeah. So we've got an instructor's bike. Instructor sits here, and then it pretty much on the screen here it will come up with everyone's RPMs. So that's like revolutions per minute.
Yeah.
And he'll tell you like how fast to go and stuff. And he's pretty much pushing you till you can't. But everything's at your own pace.
Yeah.
If you can keep up with the instructor, obviously you're better than the instructor. But yeah, everything's at your own pace. So like it's not like you're forced to go to the point where you're passing out.
Yeah.
You know?
Here, you're actually in control of the whole program. Yeah, come on. Let's see a few other places. Okay, so where are we going next?
We can actually go to the Group X studio.
Please, yes.
The group fitness. So so this is where majority of our classes are held. So that's like the so our HIIT, our pump classes, our Zumba classes. I think we've got pump going on in there right now actually, and we've got a group fitness instructor, an external group fitness instructor that comes in to actually teach it.
Yeah.
And all the group fitness instructors are absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
They're pretty much just we've got the pump class going on right now.
Yeah. Oh, it's wonderful.
So the Group X studio is pretty much where Group X studio and the spin are lower intensity. So for example, like Pilates, Reformer Pilates, Bar Fit, and yoga.
Yeah.
They're all held up in the Mind and Body studio.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And that's just more of like a quiet place. And also, you can use the upstairs gym. So it's pretty much a gym up there as well.
Yeah.
For your own workouts as well, as long as there are no one in there, or like no classes booked in.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. And we've got machines and stuff up there as well.
Oh yeah, because sometimes I do notice at around maybe 4 or 5 p.m. late in the night, and it gets really crowded around here.
It does, yeah.
We don't even have enough spaces for me to do some proper pull-ups.
Yeah,
that's really crazy.
It gets pretty busy in here.
It does. So do you mind if we take a short tour upstairs to just check out the whole facility?
Sure can.
Wow, you can walk really fast.
Sorry.
I can barely keep up with you. Up to you.
Oh, thank you.
So do you reckon we'll take the stairs or maybe the elevator?
No, we'll take the elevator.
The elevator?
We'll take the elevator.
Wonderful.
I may be a fitness instructor, but still I'm very unfit.
Oh yeah, you read my mind, dude. I don't really love the stairs.
Yeah, no.
No. Oh, but it looks like we're gonna have to take the stairs because it's it's a little bit.
Maybe.
Okay, yeah, let's go then.
Oh no.
Yeah, sorry guys, you can't feel it, but we're gonna feel it. Okay, come with us. Come with us. It's it's a little bit long walk up there. So, how long have you been working here? Sean?
Yep.
Yeah. How long have you been working here?
I started working here in February.
Yeah.
But I've been part of the facility for about a year now, because last year I actually did placement here.
Yeah.
Through my Bachelor's of Exercise Science.
Right.
Learned everything through that. And then got in touch with the manager, and he pretty much applied for a job through my placement. And then that's how I pretty much got started.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, come with us. Come with us. I know it's a little bit long walk, but bear with us, please. Oh yeah, we're almost there.
All here now.
Booyah. Ooh, that was long. Oof. Thank you very much. All right, come on.
So up here we've got the Mind and Body studio.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said before, this is where all of our lower intensity sort of exercise classes happen. We've got machines and stuff up here as well.
Oh, come on.
We've got a yoga class going on right now, just about to start.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
it's really cool.
Yeah, there are machines and stuff up here, yoga mats. Got your own set of weights and stuff, so you're more than welcome to come up here and do your own workouts.
Wow, that's really good. And you also mentioned something about Pilates. Do they also?
Yeah, we do Reformer Pilates and we also do normal Pilates. So Reformer Pilates is one of our premium classes.
Mhm.
So you do need to pay extra for those ones.
Mhm.
But the Pilates class is actually free for all members. So the normal Pilates class is all free.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's good. So actually, I'm quite curious. What does Pilates do?
Honestly, it's pretty much like it's all sorts. So it's pretty much like flexibility. It's actually surprisingly very hard.
Yeah.
A lot of it's just full body strength and stability and balance. It's just a bit of everything all in one sort of workout.
Wow.
And yeah, so it's crazy. It is crazy.
Have you ever tried before?
I tried it once.
Yeah.
Never again.
Okay. Yeah.
Never again. But it is something good to try.
That's good.
So,
and then also, what else is in this floor?
we've also got a consult room up here. So if you do want to get one of the startup packages, you can come up to one of the consult rooms. We've got something called a Fit 3D scan.
Yeah.
That pretty much calculates your body fat percentage and just does an overall analysis of your body, and that gets sent to your email.
Oh, that's really wonderful, Bashon. Our time is really limited
sweet.
here, and
All
I'm sure
good.
our audience are quite anxious to see the other sites. And so this will be the end of our tour, but thank you so much for tagging along, and I really do wish to see you here next year. Thank you so much.
Kia ora. My name is Michael, and I'm one of the admissions specialists here at the University of Auckland. Today, I will be showing you how to submit an application to the University of Auckland using our Apply to Study system. The first thing you'll need to do is navigate to our website, which is auckland.ac.nz. This will take you to our homepage, and from the homepage, you will easily be able to access our application form. At the very top, you'll see a blue banner here which says Apply for Admission to Study. When you click on this, it will take you to this page here, and in this section, it will say Start your application for admission. Once you are ready, you can click on the button here that says Let's get started, and it will take you to the login page. If you're new to the University of Auckland, you won't have a username or password, so you will need to create one. To do this, you'll just need to scroll down here, and in this section where it says New to the University, you can click the button that says Register for a new account. If you have any of these accounts, then you can register using them, and your details will be carried over. There will be some information that isn't captured by any of these providers, so you will be asked to enter these at a later stage. Alternatively, you can click on Register Manually, which will take you to this form here. You'll be asked to enter your name, and if you have a preferred name that's different from your full legal name, you can enter this here as well. You'll need to enter your date of birth, the email address that you want to use, and you'll be asked to choose and confirm a password. Once you've read and accepted the ITE Acceptable Use Policy and Disclaimer, you can click on Register, and this will create your account. Once your account has been created, you'll be taken to another screen, which will ask you for further details. This will ask you to enter some questions about your demographics, your contact details, and if you need any health or disability assistance from the university. When you click Next after you've finished this section, your details will be updated and you'll be taken to the start of the application. As I already have a login, I'm just going to sign in using those details. When you have finished the form, you'll be shown this screen here, which will welcome you to the application form. There is some information here that will tell you that your progress will be automatically saved should you need to return at a later stage. So if you leave your application, then anything that you add to it will be automatically saved, and you can come back to it at a later stage. There will also be help boxes next to each question, and we'll give you tips and explanation as to what that section requires. Some documents may be required as well before you can submit your application, and the documents you need to provide will be shown to you on the screen. Once you've read that, you can click Get Started, and then you'll be asked some questions to begin. The first question you'll be asked is what your first language is. And there'll be various language is listed. And if your language is not listed, you can enter it here. And then when you've entered the name of the language, you can select other, use what you typed. The next question will ask you whether you're applying using an international agency, a study abroad, or exchange partner. If you're not sure what this is, you may not be applying through this, so you can just leave it as no. If you are applying using an agency, you can select yes, and you'll be asked to enter the details. When you're done with this section, you'll be asked to enter your academic history. The first section will ask you if you studied at tertiary level, which is study at a university or polytechnic, somewhere other than the University of Auckland. If you have studied at bachelor's level or higher, then you can select yes, and you'll be asked to enter information about this. It will ask you where you studied this qualification, the name of the university, and what the qualification name is. Similar with the language, we will try to list as many institutions as possible, but not all of them will be listed. If you can't find the name of the university that you're looking for, just type out the full name and then select other, and you can use what you typed. With the qualification name, similarly, you can find a list of all of the qualifications that are possible, and try and select the one that is most similar to what you have completed if the exact title is not there. You'll then be asked whether the qualification is complete or in progress, and then you'll be asked to enter when you began and when you completed the qualification. When you've entered all of that, just click on Done, and it will save and tell you the section is complete. If you do have additional study to add, you can just click on here, which will allow you to enter another qualification. The next question will ask you if you studied at foundation level, which is a pre-university preparation program somewhere other than the University of Auckland. If you haven't studied at foundation level, then you can leave this as no, and then you'll be able to move on to the next question. In this section here, it will ask you if you want to apply for credit from courses that you've studied previously. So in most cases, being eligible for credit will depend on what you're applying for. If you are applying for a master's degree, having completed a bachelor's degree, then you would leave this unselected as you would not be eligible for credit. If you are transferring from one bachelor's degree to another bachelor's degree and you want to have your credit assessed towards the program that you're applying for, you can select yes. If you leave this unchecked and later want to apply for credit, this is also possible. In this next section, it will ask you to add all of your secondary school or high school qualifications, including any that you are currently working towards. You'll be able to select the country that you studied in, the name of the school that you attended. If your school is not listed here, then similar to the other section, if you type out the full name of your school and then click on Other, use what you typed, and it will save the name of the school there. You'll then be asked to select the name of the qualification that you completed. And for most countries, we will try and list the qualifications that are possible to study there. If you did study something else, then you can also type in the name of that. And similar to the other sections, you can choose the other option. You'll then be asked to say whether this qualification is complete or in progress, and when you completed the qualification. If you don't have anything further to add here, you can just click on Next, and it will move you on to the next section. As you can see up here, it says that the application is saved, which shows you that for each time you move on, everything you enter will be saved. This next section will give you then the option to choose the program that you are applying for. Depending on what you entered on the previous page, we'll show you what programs you can apply for here. For example, if you've only completed secondary study, then you won't be given an option for postgraduate programs. As I have entered tertiary study, it will give me options for all the eligible programs that I can apply for. In this example, I will be applying for a master's degree, and I will click OK. Once you've selected that, it will bring up a new box that will ask you to select the program. This will list all the available programs under the master that you applied for, or that you are applying for. So these will list all the different masters. You can either scroll through to see the different options, or if you know what it is that you're applying for, you can type in the beginning of it and it will give you the results. In this example, I'm going to be applying for a Master of Science, and then it will give me some further information to read about the program. It's worth reading this information as there may be something important, and once you have read this, you can then move on to select your major or specialization. This will list all of the majors that are available under a Master of Science. As you can see, there are quite a few results. So if you don't want to scroll through, you can also type in the name of the subject that you want to apply for. In most cases, there might be more than one option for each major. So there'll be a 120-point variant and a 240-point variant. And depending on what you studied previously will depend on which one you were applied for. If you've only completed a bachelor's degree, then you will likely need to apply for a 240-point. As in my example, I've only completed a bachelor's degree, so I will be picking the 240-point option. Once you've selected the major, it will tell you here that you've reached the maximum number of majors or specializations that you can apply for. That's fine, and all you need to do is click Done, and it will tell you that this section is complete. This next section will then ask you when you want to start your studies, and it will tell you the available upcoming semesters. If the semester is not listed, it will either mean that the program is not available to start in that semester, or applications haven't yet opened. So I will be selecting semester 1 and click OK. This next section will then ask you what campus location, and in most cases you'll just need to go by the default option, which for this program is the City campus. You'll then be asked if you've been awarded a scholarship or other funding that will pay for your University of Auckland tuition fees. If you have been awarded a scholarship or other funding, you can click on Yes, and it will ask you to enter the name of the scholarship or funding provider. If you do have more than one, then you'll only need to enter the name of your primary scholarship. If you haven't been awarded a scholarship or you do not have funding, then you can just leave this as no. When you're done, you can click on Next, which will take you to the next section. This section will ask you to provide supporting information that will help support your application. In most cases, this will ask you to provide the documents that will allow us to make an assessment of your application. Depending on where you studied or what you studied and the program you applied for, you may see more options here. In this example, it's asking to upload an academic transcript, and this is the very minimum that we require to make an assessment of your application. If you have studied outside of New Zealand, you may also be asked to provide completion evidence. If you don't yet have this, then you won't need to upload it just yet, but you will need to provide it at a later stage. But you will need to provide an academic transcript for us to make an assessment. When you need to upload a document, please note that you can only upload one document per section. So if the document you're trying to upload has more than one page, then you will need to combine it into one single PDF before you upload it. If you have studied in New Zealand, or you have an account through MyEquals or CHESICC, then you can also release your digital transcript through to us. Once you have uploaded your transcript, you can click on Save, and it will upload the transcript for you. Please note there is a 10 megabyte file limit, so larger files might need to be compressed. If you accidentally upload the wrong document, you can delete it or replace it. When you click on Next, You'll then be asked to review and submit your application. Before you do this, you'll be asked some additional information, which is information collected for statistical use by the Ministry of Education and the University of Auckland. You'll be asked what the highest qualification held by your parent or caregiver was, and what your main activity or occupation in New Zealand as of the 1st of October in the year before your intended enrolment. And just select the one that is most applicable to you. You'll then be asked to review the information to make sure that you've applied for the correct program. So in this example, it's a Master of Science in Geography, and it's the 240 point, the intended start date and the location. You will then have a declaration to read, and it will ask you, and you'll need to read this information before you are able to submit. If you're happy with the declaration, just select I agree, and you'll be able to submit your application. You'll then be told that your application is now complete and what the next step is. So what will happen next? You will receive an email acknowledging your application, but note this may take up to 48 hours. It won't be immediate, as the application will need to process through our system. You can check the status of your application at any time by logging back into your application, and we'll contact you by email to inform you about the result of your application. And as you can see here, it says that the application is currently submitting. As mentioned before, it can take up to 48 hours for your application to submit, so don't submit an application again for the same program. Once your application has been submitted, you will receive an email acknowledging this. Thank you for watching the video today on how to submit an application using our Apply to Study system. We look forward to seeing an application from you in the future.
Kia ora and welcome to this session about the International Student Experience here at Waipapa Taumataro, University of Auckland. My name is Juliane, a student advisor in the International Office, and it is my pleasure to give you a first insight into what life on campus and in Auckland is like. You will hear about our support services, visas and insurance, what to expect on campus, and the great things Auckland has to offer. So let's get into it. There's a network of support services available to all our students, which is accessible on campus and online. Student hubs are your one-stop shop for all your questions about program advice, fees, enrollments, and much more. There's one student hub on each campus. If the lovely team there is unable to assist you, they will make sure it gets to the correct department to deal with. Libraries and learning services is another helpful service. As the name suggests, this is where you will find all your resources for your studies. We have subject librarians who are experts in certain disciplines, and they can assist you in finding assets for your studies. However, libraries and learning services also offer a range of learning materials and workshops to enhance academic performance, like essay writing, time management, and many more. Career Development and Employability Services is our award-winning career development team, and I highly recommend getting in touch if you need their services. In addition to the services I mentioned, there are plenty of other people to support you in your journey, like University Health and Counselling, the Auckland University Students Association, and Te Papa Manaki Campus Care. On top of these, we also have a dedicated international student support team, which I am part of too. The International Student Support Team is part of the International Office. We have a team of experienced advisors who are specialized in supporting international students. We assist students with a variety of matters, ranging from immigration and insurance, through to emotional and personal well-being challenges. We also have the International Student Handbook, which contains a range of useful information, and our contact details as well. You can find them on the website. We offer a free airport pickup service from Auckland Airport to your accommodation in Auckland for new international students. I would like to mention briefly two things that are essential for international students in New Zealand: visas and insurance. All international students must have a valid visa and appropriate health and travel insurance when studying in New Zealand. You will automatically be charged with insurance when you enroll in your courses. I don't want to bore you too much with this, but there's plenty of information on our website. There's lots to do in and around campus. With more than 200 student-run clubs, whether it's culture, sports, politics or food, there's something of interest for everyone. And it's a perfect way to make friends, connect and settle into student life in a new country. We also have a well-equipped gym, and the membership is free if you live in one of the university accommodations. There is an extensive orientation program running across campus, usually in the week before your program starts. It's a great way to get to know the university and fellow students. It has sessions specific for each faculty, and there's also a dedicated international student orientation, which we highly recommend for all new students to attend. There's a variety of accommodation options available for our students. They range from catered options to self-catered accommodation living, and also some options for families. All options provide 24/7 resident support. If you want to live in a non-university accommodation, there are plenty of options as well. Recently ranked as the most livable city in the world by the Economist Intelligence Unit, Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland, is a vibrant city with beautiful scenery not far from city life. Auckland is a multicultural city, and when combined with its unique Maori heritage, it is a wonderful place to live and study. I would like to add a note about cost of living. We recommend student budget $26,000 to $35,000 New Zealand dollars per year. This is slightly more than what Immigration New Zealand requires for visa purposes. Keep in mind that you will generally be given work rights on your student visa, and many students have part-time jobs. Don't miss our pre-arrival webinars once you have decided to study with us. Ngā mihi nui, and thank you for watching. Hi, kia ora and welcome to this International Student Experience panel discussion. My name is Juliana and I'm one of the International Student Advisors here at the University of Auckland, Waipapa Tōmataro. And let me just hand over to our student panel. And I start with Donna first, who will be introducing herself. Please tell us a little bit about where you're from and what you're studying here.
Yes, thank you. My name is Dorna and I originate from Iran and come here to the New Zealand about 9 months ago with my family to pursue my education in PhD in social work. And it's interesting to say that I should be here in 2020, but due to pandemic and the strict rules for border closure of New Zealand, my visa process suspended, and I started my study in 2023. But now I'm really happy and eager to continue my educational journey in this beautiful country and University of Auckland.
Thank you, Donna. Handing over to Eric.
Kia ora, Yolanda. My name is Eric and I'm from China. I came to New Zealand when I was 15, so I started high school here, and now I'm finishing my last semester with my Bachelor of Law degree contract with Bachelor of Arts, majoring in Economics, Politics and International Relations.
Wow, that's quite a
very challenging, but finally getting here.
thing to get through to. Mahek.
Kia ora, my name is Mahek Nagar. I'm a second year psychology undergraduate student. I completed my high school back in Mumbai in 2021 and immediately started off uni at University of Auckland as an offshore student for a few semesters, and I came into the country December last year, so it's been like 10-ish months for me over here. It's been pretty exciting so far, and yeah, I'm excited.
Thank you everyone for that. I'm excited to hear more about your experience now. So why did you actually decide to study in New Zealand, and particularly at the University of Auckland? I might just start with Mahek here.
So I was obviously looking at a lot of universities back home in India to get my undergraduate degree at. I was really interested in psychology and I wanted to get a bachelor's majoring in psychology. I was looking at a lot of other countries. I remember I was really intrigued by the University of Amsterdam and the University of Auckland, and because of how the semester structure over here is that your second semester starts in July, which meant that I would finish my high school and I would immediately start off my uni, which now in hindsight, I wish I would taken a break now. But I started off uni immediately as an offshore student at the Uni of Auckland, and it was pretty daunting at first. I was like, wow, how am I paying so much money and studying offshore? But it was a really good experience. I know that the University of Auckland is lauded on its just the teaching and learning experience and the quality. So it was pretty up to par with me. So yeah.
Yeah, glad you're enjoying it so far. And Dorna, why did you decide to study here?
You know, there are lots of reasons that I chose New Zealand. First of all, my uncle lives here, and he really liked his life in New Zealand. And because of our close family ties, I chose here. And another point was that the English language speaking country and the moderate weather, which are really important. And the University of Auckland, because it's the best academic institution in New Zealand, and also is among the best prestigious university in the world. And I'm eager to continue my education and enjoy my PhD journey in this institution.
Thank you for that. And Eric, why did you choose to come here?
First, I have to admit, New Zealand is such a beautiful nation. Before I came to New Zealand, I was scrolling to see which countries I should go for study. And I was looking at a picture of New Zealand, Auckland, Christchurch, Queenstown, just such amazing nations. And it's taking about 11 hours taking flight from China to here. So I was thinking, why not to go to a country that's far from my hometown to experiencing something different? So yeah, I came to New Zealand when I was 15 by myself. So when I started with high school, it was quite challenging at that time because I was very young. But I was glad that I met a lot of friends from different places. And particularly for going to University of Auckland is because of the rankings. It has the top rankings university in New Zealand, and this year has been ranking 68 of the QS World Rankings, and also with a lot of facilities here is very attracting me as well. Particularly for Auckland Law School, it's very close to Auckland High Court, so we'll be able to go to the court for the hearings and to complete assignments with your friends. And the facilities, the teaching environment is just amazing here. That's why I've chose to New Zealand, and particularly for University of Auckland.
Yeah. Thank you for that. But we all know that university study can be quite challenging at times as well. So what did you find most challenging during your time here so far, and how did you overcome that? And also studying online, I think, as well, was a bit of a part for you as well. So maybe go back to Eric.
Yeah, sure. So I think there's two particular challenges for me. First will be the language barrier, because English is not my first language. So when I first joining University of Auckland, I was a bit afraid of my language barriers, because doing a law degree involves a lot of readings and writings and things like that. So I was be able to join a program called Let's Talk with Locals. So during that programs, you will be able to talk with the people from the local, and they will tell you about the New Zealand accent. They will give you a bit of New Zealand cultures and how you will be able to interacting with your lecturers and with your friends, help you able to meet new friends in Auckland Uni. And that was quite helpful because you'll be able to meet people from different background and different specializations in uni. And the second challenge will be the job hunting, because job hunting is quite challenging when you finish your degree, because there's so many people graduating at the same time. So I was be able to use the seated services. So I did a few mock interviews with John, and he was be able to help me with the job interview, mock interview, and he also helped me to shape my CV and cover letters. So that was the two biggest challenges for me when I first joined Auckland Uni.
Yeah, great to hear you got good support there, and yeah, John is awesome. So, Dorna, what were your challenges?
Barrier was also the biggest challenge for me. But besides that, it's a bit challenging for a family of 4 adapt to the new environment, especially as back in Iran, I had very strong support of my parents, especially regarding kids. But when we came here, my older daughter was 7. She had to adjust to school, new language, and she really needed my support, my time to devote to her studies. As a different educational system in my country and New Zealand, she had to jump from year 1 to year 3. It was really challenging. But everything now is okay after passing 9 months. And my little ones were just 10 months, and as you know, infants in this age really depends on their mothers. And above all, I should adapt myself to the new learning style, especially with the challenging course I had regarding the qualitative research. But the support of my supervisors was perfect, and also the professor who taught that course was really support me in order I learn a lot regarding my studies, and also helped me to support my family, manage everything, and that was great. The support system of the University of Auckland was great and helped me to overcome all this challenge until now.
Thanks, Donna. Qualitative research. Oh my God, I remember that from my master's studies. All right. So Mahek, what were your challenges during your time here so far?
My challenges were pretty much how it'd be for any international student. I moved to New Zealand when I was 19 last year, and that was like the first time I'd ever stayed apart from my family for so long, and I still am. I think the language barrier was definitely there. The culture shocks, there was quite a lot of getting used to how the city works, how the university works. I come from a completely different academic structure, to getting used to the entire, enrolling into my courses, how those works, assignments, assessments. But obviously the course coordinators were more than helpful, especially in your first year. Online as well as offline, there's quite a lot of support services on campus, and obviously a big part of my first year on campus was being an executive in the student association, which took a lot of my time, and it gave me probably the best community I could have ever asked for. In terms of overcoming them, obviously having the community, having the help, asking for help and actually getting it was amazing. As well as, I remember when I was pretty new, somebody once told me that you're too young to be that inflexible, which means that I think I still remember that advice to this day. I want to be open-minded, celebrate my successes, take my failures and stride, and just like go ahead.
Yeah. And it's something to be really proud of yourselves, actually, to come to a new country and set up a new life, just while studying as well, and making all of that work.
Especially a hybrid of the online studies.
Exactly.
And
Exactly. It's something. Yeah, my mom always said to me, like, be proud of yourself for doing that.
That's very important.
Kudos to all of you. So now that you've lived in Auckland and studied here at the University of Auckland for a little bit, what are your 2 to 3 sort of most memorable experiences that you've had during your time here, or even when you were studying online? Who am I starting with? Mike.
My most memorable experiences in New Zealand was definitely when I first came on here. I remember just because I came in like December, like in the middle of summer, which means like there were no classes. I just had a month to explore the city by myself, which is pretty interesting. I made quite a lot of friends, went around, learned how to like travel in the city. That was pretty memorable. I remember going to some of the really popular Indian restaurants because I had to get my food sorted. I'm
Yeah,
from India and
that's
you know, good food. That and yeah, I mean, one of the most memorable experiences was definitely AUSA, being part of the Student Association.
And you've been a great help there.
Thank you. I was the elected international student officer, which meant I had the opportunity to plan an entire international week with events from all of these cultural and ethnic clubs all around campus. We had an amazing week, a big board set up with where people would just pass by and put up like their favorite memories from home, in different languages, and make up drawings and things, and that was amazing. That, and as well as Ubuntu, which was the International Student Magazine.
Yeah.
I was the editor-in-chief. It was amazing, just being a part of my community and giving back to them. That, and I went to South Island this summer break, which was beautiful. I've never seen nature like that, which was, I think that's a core memory, just getting to see South Island, and yeah, just that scenery, it's just imprinted in my brain.
It is. It's a beautiful place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Then Eric, just along the road.
Thank you. I just echo on what Mahik said about the nation. It's very beautiful. I remember when I first came, was a bit under pressure with my assignments and everything. So I took on board the ferry from Auckland downtown ferry terminal to Devonport. It's not even going to South Island. I was traveling towards the Devonport. I was looking at the Auckland city landscape. That just by looking at the city landscape with a sunset just is very amazing, and then just ease all my pressures off. So whenever I've got pressures, I always just took on board the ferry. It's very cheap with a hop card, especially under the concession fees. So you can just get on board the ferry and look at the city landscape and to reflect yourself, and that really eased my pressure off. And another memorable experience for me would be there was a course assignment for my law degree. It's nothing to do about writing essays. It was actually going to the moot court and then to presenting argument in front of the moot judge. So that's a very unique experience for me, because typically you're writing essays or you're doing readings, but this is actually you doing oral presentation to the moot judge. And that was a very unique experience because it's a very different type of assignment. And I was quite nervous, but I did quite well. So I think that's a very unique experience for me.
Cool. Thank you so much for